Hello everyone and very good afternoon once again. I am CA Gaurav Chopra and welcome you on the behalf of CA Institute classes. And in today's session, we will be discussing about regression. And in the previous session, we had discussed about correlation. So we will be taking some of the doubts of correlation. We will practice some questions of correlation as well, but in the last half an hour of the session. So in the beginning, we will be starting with regression. What is basically regression and what is its usage, how to form the equations and how to solve the questions. So in the first part, we will be doing that. And in last portion, you can ask your doubts relating to correlation as well. Okay. So let's see who all are live with us now. So we have Ritik, Avdesh, Sonali, Lakshita, Anand, Chahel Soni, Zeba, Anushri, Rohini, Sarvaswa. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, once again. So let us begin with the chapter regression analysis. So basically, what is the purpose of regression? Regression basically helps us to estimate a certain value. Now, how it helps in estimation? So let us understand with the help of the basic concepts. So let us write first regression. So in regression, we can form two equations. So regression is basically divided into two parts. One is x on y and second will be y on x. So in regression, there are again two variables, just like correlation. So in correlation, what we had done, we had discussed what is the relationship between two variables, that is x and y. But in regression, we will estimate the value of one variable. Let's say if x is given, then we have to find y. Or if y is given, then we have to estimate the value of x. So in short, we have to estimate the value of one variable for the given value of other variable. So regression is basically estimations. Okay. So here we can divide this into two portions. One is x on y and other is y on x. So some more people are live with us now. Bhumika, Nital Soni, Pooja Thakur, Arisha, Barkatullah, Rekha, Abhinav, Vanshika, Manisha, Sagar, Asha, Madiha, and Jyoti. So welcome everyone. Now, first of all, let us write the equation. Now, equation x on y looks like x is equal to a plus by. This is equation x on y. Whereas equation y on x is y is equal to a plus bx. This is equation y on x. Now, in this given equation, this x in x on y, the given value of x is, this is basically dependent variable. This x is dependent variable and y is known as independent variable. Y is independent variable. Similarly, on y on x, the value of y is dependent variable and this x is known as independent variable. So always out of the two variables, one variable will be dependent on other. Okay. So in equation x on y, x is the dependent variable. So whenever we have to find the value of x, then we use equation x on y. Whenever we have to compute the value of x, we use equation x on y. And if we have to find out the value of y, अगर हमें y की value find करनी है, then we will use y on x. we will use y on x. All right. Now, there is a and b. These are the two constants. A and b are the two constants. This b is known as slope of regression line. B is known as slope of regression line. This is the slope. And this A is known as intercept. A is known as intercept. Intercept means the height, and B is the slope. Let us take simple graph. Like this is the curve. So the angle of the curve shows the slope of the curve, and this height is known as intercept. That is A. All right. So in this part, what we have discussed, equation x on y and y on x. Whenever we have to find the value of x, use x on y, and if we have to compute value of y, then use y on x. All right. Now the point is how to form this equation. How to form equation x on y. So we will write the formula to write equation x on y. So the equation is x minus x bar is equal to bxy multiplied by y minus y bar. Now here what we have used mean, that is x bar and y bar. So whenever we have to find equation x on y, this is the formula. X minus x bar is equal to bxy into y minus y bar. And for y on x, we can write here, for y on x, we will write y minus y bar is equal to byx into x minus x bar into x minus x bar. This is the format for equations. Now this bxy is known as regression coefficient. Bxy is the regression coefficient. Byx is also the regression coefficient. That means in regression, there are two coefficients. One is for x on y, other is for y on x. All right. In correlation, we had discussed there was only one coefficient, that was r. But here there will be two coefficients. One is bxy. That is the coefficient for equation x on y. Other will be b by x. That is coefficient of y on x. So there are two regression coefficients here. All right. Now we know that how to calculate x bar and y bar, that is arithmetic mean, that was already discussed in the previous chapters. But how to calculate bxy and byx, that we have to understand. Okay, so this is the important aspect which we have to understand. So before writing all the formulas, let us first write the properties of regression. So let's write properties of regression. The first property is two regression lines intersect each other at means, that is x bar and y bar. So if there are two regression lines, so their intersection point will be x bar comma y bar. So from their intersection we can find arithmetic mean. This is the first property. All right. Now, second property, if two regression lines are perpendicular to each other, then correlation is equal to 0. So if two regression lines are perpendicular, then there will be no correlation. So R will be equal to 0. R will be equal to 0. Then third one, if two regression lines are coincident, they are coincident. That means equations are two, but the line is common. There is single line for two equations. Coincident means there is single line for two equations. So if two regression lines are coincident, then correlation will be +1 or -1. Correlation can be +1 or -1. Then the fourth point, R, bxy, byx must have same sign. R, bxy and byx must have same sign. तीनों के sign same होने चाहिए. This implies all positive or all negative. There cannot be mixture. So if R is positive, then bxy, byx must also be positive. Okay, so the sign must remain same. And the last point we can write, correlation coefficient is equal to geometric mean of regression coefficient. Correlation coefficient is equal to geometric mean of regression coefficient. This means that we can write R is equal to square root of bxy multiplied by byx. Okay, so these are the five main properties, and on which you can say on each and every aspect questions comes. So these five are the most important properties, and in every examination you can find one or two questions at least from these properties. So these properties are very much relevant and important. Okay, so here comes the formula. The last one was the formula. R is equal to root of bxy multiplied by byx. Okay, so these were the five properties. Now let us take some basic examples based on this formula. Let's say if bxy is given, bxy is 1/2 and byx is also 1/2. Then what will be the value of R? What will be correlation? So what we can do, simply root 1/2 multiplied by 1/2. How much will come? 1/2. So bxy was positive, byx was positive, R will also be positive. So R will be 1/2. Okay. So Rajesh is saying, what's the difference between bxy and byx? So bxy is the regression coefficient of equation x on y, whereas byx will be the regression coefficient of y on x. So both of them, the formulas will be different. So we will write the formula in few moments. Okay. Next, if bxy is equal to minus 1 by 2, byx is minus 1 by 8, then now find the value of r. What will be the value of r? Yes, come on everyone. Now you can answer and let me know whether you have understood or not. You have to find out the value of r. So what will be the correct result? Root of minus half and minus 1 by 8. So how much will come? Let's check who has given the answer. Zeba has given 1 by 4. Rahul has given 1 by 16. But which one is correct? So the correct answer will be, if we multiply 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, it is 1 by 16. And after doing the square root, it will come 1 by 4. So we will write minus 1 by 4. Correct answer will be negative 1 by 4. Now here you have to understand very carefully, since bxy was minus half, byx was minus 1 by 8, so r will also be negative because all three must have same sign. They must have same sign. Therefore, r will be equal to minus 1 by 4. So most of you have given different answers, but Sahajpreet has given minus 1 by 4 correct. Lakshita has also given correct. Then Barkatullah is also correct. Avdesh Pratap is correct. Mani Yadav, great. Mani Yadav is also correct. Gautam is correct. Sakshi has also given correct answer. Yes. So remaining all have forgot the sign. So it is very important to take care of sign here, because all three must have same sign. And this concept was, you might have done this concept in geometric mean as well. Let me recall. Geometric mean is basically nth root of product of all observations. Let's say if there are two numbers, then we have to multiply the two numbers and find the square root. So if the two numbers are like minus 3 and minus 27, then what will be the geometric mean? Then we have to calculate geometric mean is equal to root of minus 3 multiplied by minus 27. So it will be 3 into 27 is 81. Root of 81 is 9. But we have to select the negative sign. We cannot select positive sign because average of negative numbers will always be negative. Average of negative numbers will always be negative. So it cannot be positive. Let's say a company is having a loss of 3,000 in first year and 27,000 in second year. These two are the losses, and somebody asked us to find out the average. Then we have to find the average, but that average can never be positive. That average will not get converted into profit. It is simply average loss. Therefore, the value will be negative 9. Okay. Right. Then Avinash is asking, what if bxy is positive and byx is negative? So this is not possible. Both must have the same sign. Both regression coefficient must have the same sign. If by any chance we are getting bxy as positive and byx as negative, that means those two equations are not the regression equations, and so these two will not be the regression coefficients. So this will be incorrect. All right. So geometric mean will have the same sign as that of the given values. Okay, so Zaba says now understood. Okay, perfect. So this was the property based point. Now Let us write some formulas of regression coefficients. The first formula is for bxy. bxy. The first formula is used when r standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y is given. So what will be the formula? R multiplied by neta x upon neta y. Okay. And similarly, byx. byx will be r multiplied by neta y upon neta x. So here you must take care that whatever is at last में अगर y है, so y will come in denominator. Here at last we have written y, byx, so x will come in denominator. Okay, if at last is y, then y will come in denominator. Last is x, then x will come in denominator. So जो पीछे है वो नीचे है. You can understand in this manner. जो पीछे है वो नीचे है. y पीछे है तो y नीचे है. All right. So this is the formula for bxy. Now, let us write the second formula. Second formula. Now, other formulas are similar to that of correlation. So, if you remember the formula for correlation, that is summation method, it is almost same. So, numerator is exactly same. N sigma xy minus sigma x multiplied by sigma y upon. Now, in correlation, there was under root, but we will not use under root here. Then upon, in denominator, which values will come in bxy, y portion will only come. So n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. So this becomes the formula for summation method. Now write for byx. So n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y upon n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. So this is summation method, just similar to that of correlation. So if you remember the formula for correlation, so just we have to extract the formula for regression. There is nothing extra which we have written here. Okay. Now the third one. The third formula is basically the shortcut method. Shortcut method. So here what we have to do, in place of x, just write dx, and in place of y, just write dy. So what is the formula? N sigma dx dy minus sigma dx into sigma dy upon n sigma dy square minus sigma dy whole square. This is bxy. Now byx, n sigma dx dy minus sigma dx into sigma dy upon n sigma dx square minus sigma dx का whole square. All right. This was the third formula. And now the fourth one. Fourth one is when we have to take deviation from mean. So using mean. So now we are taking deviation from mean. So whenever we take deviation from mean, so dx will become 0, dy will become 0, and this dy will also become 0. So what is left? So we are left with sigma dx dy upon sigma dy square. Only this is left, so this becomes the final formula. Similarly, for b by x, sigma dx dy upon sigma dx square upon sigma dx square. This becomes the final formula. All right. So these are the four formulas which are used for calculation of regression coefficient. Now let us try some questions based on these. Yes, so now this is the question. So here we have to simplify x and y. The data is given. What we can do now? Form the table x and this is y. 2, 4, 5, 5, 8 and 10. Or one thing can be done. Let us take one easy example. After that, we will try this one so that it becomes easy for you to understand. Okay. So let me take one easy example for you. X and then y. The value of x we can take 1, 2 and 3. Value of y we can take 2, 1 and 3. Okay, these are the values. Now, what we have to do, first of all, we have to find regression coefficients, that is bxy and byx. So let us calculate with summation method. Summation method. Now let us write the formula once again. Bxy. So n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y upon n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. Okay, so now according to this formula, what is our requirement? We require sigma x. So sigma x is 6. What is sigma y? It is also 6. Now let us find other values. We also require x square, y square, and then xy. So let us calculate x square. X square is 1, 4, 9. Total 14. Y square 4, 1, and 9. Total is 14. Now xy. 1 into 2, 2. 2 into 1 is again 2. And 3 into 3 is 9. How much is coming? 13. So we have computed all the values. Now put into the formula and get the result. First is n. N means number of pairs. So how many pairs we are having? We are having 3 pairs. Multiply by sigma xy is 13 minus sigma x 6. Sigma y is also 6. Upon n is 3 into sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. That is 6 square. So how much will come? 39 minus 36 upon 42 minus 36. 3 upon 6, that is 1 by 2. So bxy here is basically 1 by 2. Now you can calculate byx and let me know. I'm waiting. You have to try byx and give the answers. So b by x n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y upon we will write n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. Sehajpreet has given answer 1 by 2. Saima has given 0.02. Swati Giri has given 1 by 2. So see, numerator is exactly the same. So we can write the same values. In denominator, n is 3, sigma x square is 14, and sigma x whole square is 6 square. So all the values are same. So we can directly write the answer as 1 by 2. Yes. So now Barkat has given the answer. Bhumika, Vanshika, Rajas, Zeba, Ishan, Avinash, Sayed, Lakshita, Rohini. Yes, everyone is correct. So both of the regression coefficients here are 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2. Now, second one, now we have to calculate correlation coefficient, that is R. So how to calculate? So under root of bxy into byx. So root of half multiply half. How much will come? Half, 1 by 2, or we can say 0.5. 0.5. This is R, correlation. Yes, many more is now given the answers. Himanshu, Saima, Pooja, Avdesh, Arisha, Jyoti, Divya, Rohini. Great. Now the third one. Form equation x on y. This time we have to form equation x on y. So what is the formula for x on y? So x minus x bar equal to bxy into y minus y bar. This is the formula. Now we have to put the values. So what is x bar and what is y bar? Let us check. So for calculation of x bar is sigma x upon n. So what is sigma x? Total of x. Total of x is 6. N is 3. So x bar will be 2. Similarly, y bar. Sigma y upon n. So it is again 6 by 3. That is 2. So we can write 2 in place of x bar and y bar. Now bxy, value of bxy is half. So let us write half and check what is the equation. So x minus 2 equal to 1 by 2 into y minus 2. Now we can do the cross multiplications. So 2x minus 4 is equal to y minus 2. So we have to find the equation x on y. So how much will come? Y minus 2 and plus 4 will become plus 2. So x will be y by 2 plus 2 by 2, or we can say x is equal to y by 2 plus 1. This is the final equation x on y. So whenever we have to find x on y, keep x on left hand side and remaining all in right hand side. So this will become the equation x on y. Yes, so most of you have given the answers. Now similarly, you have to find equation y on x. Yes, come on everyone, I'm waiting. So write the formula y minus y bar is equal to b by x into x minus x bar. So write all the values. Y bar is 2, b by x is half, and x bar is 2. So y minus 2 equal to x by 2 minus 1. Now this 2 will come on other side. So y is equal to x by 2 plus 1. This becomes y on x. All right. Yes. So Himanshu has given, Sehajpreet is given, Lakshita, Barkatullah, Vanshika, and Ishan. So everyone has given the correct answer. This is equation y on x. Now, in this question, if we have to find the value of x when y is, let's say, 4. Find value of x when y is equal to 4. So simply what we have to do, we have to substitute the values. We have to simply substitute the value in which equation? In equation x on y. Whenever we have to find x, use equation x on y. So put the values. X is equal to 4 upon 2 plus 1. So how much we are getting? 3. So x will be equal to 3. All right. So if y is 4, x will be 3. Now it is your turn to solve. If x is given 6, find the value of y. Yes, come on everyone, you can answer. Yes, some of you have given the answer as 4. So y is equal to 6 upon 2 plus 1. So y is equal to 4. Yes, so in this manner, we can easily solve all the questions. So whenever we are having a series, we can calculate equation, we can calculate regression coefficient, correlation coefficient, and we can estimate any value of x for given value of y. All right. Yes, many more has given the answer. Aisha, Pooja, Rohini, Shahel, Sonali, Saima, Sakshi, Sayed, Pranav. Great. So similarly, now you can try the 15th illustration. It is same. X and y is given, and at last, question is asking estimate the value of y when x is 13. So whenever we have to find y, use equation y on x. And secondly, if we have to estimate value of x, then use equation x on y. So accordingly, we can use our equations. Now this time, let us solve this one. 17.16. 17.16 we can start. So here, marks of 8 students in maths and stats are given. Find regression lines when marks of a student in maths are 90. Marks in maths are given, and we have to find marks in statistics. That means we have to estimate the marks of statistics. So we can assume here math says X and stat says Y. So let us write X and Y. 80, 75, 76, 69, 70, 85, 72, 68. These are the values of X and Y. 85, 65, 72, 68, 67, 88, 80, and 70. Now this time we can try using shortcut method. So all the four method will give the same result. All four method will always give the same result. So you can solve with any one. But whenever the figures are big, it is better to use shortcut method. Okay. So let us try the shortcut one. For shortcut, we have to take A, that is assume mean, so that we can take deviation. So let us take some assume mean. So in the series X, there are values ranging from 69 to 85. So we can try any kind of middle value so that it becomes easy for us to calculate. So let us take A as 74. If we take deviation from 74, then what will be dx? What will be dx? So 80 minus 74 minus 6, then positive 6, then 75 minus 74 1, then 2, negative 5, negative 4, then 85 minus 74 is 11, negative 2, and then negative 6. We can add and find the total. How much is coming? So it is 3. Similarly, we can calculate dy. So we can take any value, no restriction. You can take 80, 75, 79, 61, any value. From y, if we take 76, so now 85 minus 76 is 9, 65 minus 76 minus 11, minus 4, then minus 8, minus 9, 12, 4, and minus 6. And minus 6. Now total, it is minus 13. So this is dx dy. Now we have to find dx square, then dy square, and then dx dy. So square first. 36, 1, 4, 25, 16, 1 to 1, 4, and 36. Total. How much is total? 243. So Lakshita, Abhinav, both are asking same question. 74 kaise aaya? You can take any value, right? So we can take any value, whether it is from series or out of the series. We can select any value. The overall final result will be same. Okay. Now dy square. 81, 1 to 1, 16, 64, 81, 144, 16, 36. Total. Total is 559. Then dx dy, 6 into 9, 54, 1 into minus 11, 2 into minus 4, minus 5 into minus 8, then 36, then 132, minus 8, then 36, and now the total. So you can add less and find the total. This is 271. So this is basically the shortcut method. You can assume any value, take deviation, and find all the possible values. And after that, we can apply the formula. Now we have to find bxy. So what is n? N is 8 into sigma dx dy. 271 minus sigma dx and 2 sigma dy, that is minus 30. Whole divided by n is again 8 into sigma dy square minus sigma dy whole square. Now we can simplify and get the result. 271, it is 2168, minus minus will become plus 39 upon 1944 minus 9. So you can simplify and get the result. So 1.1406. This is bxy. All right. Similarly, we can calculate byx. So numerator will be same. No change. Only change will be in denominator. So this time we have to take sigma x square. So sigma dx square, which is 559. So sigma dx square, which is 243. In previous one, we had written the different values. Let us change first. That was 4472 minus 169, and final result was 0.5129. Okay. So previous one, let us make one correction. That was 4472, and now it become 0.5129. And here, this time, 8 multiplied by 243 minus sigma dx whole square, that is 3 square. So numerator is same upon this time we are getting this. Final result will be 1.1406. This is byx. So in this way we can calculate bxy and byx. All right. Now, if we have to calculate r, then what can be done? Root of 0.5129 multiplied by, we got 1406. You can solve this and get the result. What will be r? Multiply and square root. Just simple multiplication. So come on everyone. R will come in between these two values. R will come here in between these two values. Yes, most of you have given the answer. 0.7648. Yes. 0.76. This is correlation. And now the question is asked, when marks of a student in maths are 90, marks in maths, that is value of find the value of marks in statistics. That means y we have to calculate. So whenever y we have to calculate, use the equation y on x. Y on x. So y on x will be y minus y bar is equal to byx into x minus x bar. So what is y bar? So we have to find y bar first. You can do the calculation and find what is the arithmetic mean of y bar, arithmetic mean of y. So total of y is 595 divided by number of values, that is 8. So we can write 595 upon 8 equal to b by x. So it is 1.1406 x minus x bar. Now what is the total of x? It is same 595 and then divided by 8. Now here, since value of x is given, so in place of x we can now write 90. So let us write 90 here because it is given. Now we can simplify and get the result. So y minus 595 upon 8 is equal to so 90 into 8 is 720 minus 595 upon 8. So we can simplify and get the result of y. So let me know what is the value of y, that is the marks in. So Zeba has given 74.375. Any other answers? Just do this calculation and you have to give the answer, the value of y. Yes, Ishan is also given 92.19. Yes. So correct answer is 92.19. This is the estimated value of statistics. That means if a student is scoring 90 marks in maths, then his estimated score in statistics will be 92.19. So this is the final result. Okay. So in this manner, we can easily solve the questions. All right. So this was 17.16. Now, 17.17. This is again a similar kind of question. Let's check. The following data relate to mean and standard deviation of prices of two shares in a stock exchange. So what is given? Company A and B, mean is given. So here already calculations are done and direct figures are given. So for both the companies, mean is available and standard deviation is also available. Coefficient of correlation, that means value of R. R is also available. Then find the most likely price of A. We have to find the price of A corresponding to a price of rupees 60 of share B. That means there is a share B whose price is rupees 60. And also one more portion is there. So let's write the company A is denoted by X and company B is denoted by Y. So we are having X bar 44 and Y bar 58. Then standard deviation of X is 5.6. Standard deviation of Y is 6.3. This is given. Now correlation is also given. How much? 0.48. 0.48. Now, what is the requirement? The first requirement is if the price of share B, that is the value of Y, is 60, then find the value of X, that is the price of share A, we have to calculate. So whenever we have to calculate X, that means use equation X on Y. Now, what is the formula for equation X on Y? X minus X bar is equal to Bxy into Y minus Y bar. Now we can write the values. X we don't know. X bar. X bar is 44 equal to Bxy. So what is the value of Bxy? It is not available, but we can use the formula. Now, which formula can be used here? So standard deviation is given. That means we have to use the first formula, that is R multiplied by neta X upon neta Y. This formula we can use here. And then Y minus Y bar. Y is given 60 and Y bar is 58. So let us put the values. R is 0.48, neta X is 5.6, and neta Y is 6.3. Multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. Now let us solve and get the result. Let's see how much we are getting. So we have to find the value of X. So 0.48 multiply by 5.6 multiply by 2 and then plus 44. So we are getting 44 point. This is the value of X. Okay. Now, similarly, you can try the second one. Y minus Y bar is equal to B by X into x minus x bar. Y minus y bar. Y bar is how much? So now in second time, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate y. That means the most likely price of share B when price of share A is 50. So this time value of x is 50 and we have to estimate the value of y. So y minus y bar. Y bar is how much? 58 is equal to B by X. This time B by X we have to find out. So R multiply by neta y upon neta X. So how much is neta y? 6.3 upon neta X is 5.6 and then multiply with X minus X bar. So what is X? 50 and X bar is 44. So now let us simplify and get the result. How much we are getting? 0.48 multiply by 6.3 multiply by 6 divide by 5.6. So this side is 3.24 plus 58. So 61.24. This is the value of y. This is the value of y. All right. So in this way, we can solve the questions. So now the previous question we had done, that was series was given. So that was a very lengthy question and that was for basic understanding because such lengthy question cannot come in examination. But this kind of question are applicable for exams. All right. Because these are direct value based question. We have to put the values and get the result. All right. So now let us take a small break of 5 minutes. Okay, so welcome back everyone. 17.18, the next question. So now we are not going to solve this complete question, but just discuss how to solve this kind of question. The following data relate to expenditure or advertisement. This is basically on advertisement in thousands of rupees and corresponding sales in lakhs of rupees. This is sales in lakhs of rupees. Now, now what we have to do, find appropriate regression equation. Now, appropriate means what? X on Y or Y on X. So we have to see which variable is dependent and which one is independent. So expenditure on advertisement and then sales. So if we do more advertisement, then sales will increase. That means sales is dependent on advertisement. So if advertisement is X and sales is Y, that means we can say that Y is dependent variable, sales is dependent variable, and X is independent variable. So we have to calculate Y on X. We have to find Y on X. So for Y on X, what we have to do, find the regression equation Y on X. So what is the formula? Y minus Y bar is equal to BYX into X minus X bar. So this is the formula, and according to this formula, you have to solve the equation. Okay. Now the next is properties of regression line. Properties of regression line. Now the properties we already discussed, and this is just repetition. The first property is the regression coefficient remain unchanged due to shift of origin. That means there is no impact of change of origin on regression, but it changes due to shift of scale. That means we can write it down. We had made a complete table of 4 chapters: central tendency, dispersion, correlation, and then regression. So change of origin and change of scale. So in central tendency, it gets affected due to both origin and scale. In dispersion, only scale, no origin. On correlation, no effect of origin and scale both, but in regression, no effect of origin, but due to scale, regression will get affected. Okay, so regression gets affected due to change of scale. So this is the summary you must always remember, and many times such kind of questions comes in exam. Then then how to calculate bxy or byx when buv or buv is given. That means first step is to convert the equation into this format: x minus a upon p, and then second equation v is equal to y minus c upon q. So first step is always to convert the equation. First step is always to convert the equation in this format, and then we can find byx. How to find byx? Take the value of q and p from here. So q upon p multiply by BVU. What is BVU? This is the regression coefficient of V on U. V on U. So this will be given in the question. We can directly put the values. And reverse. If we have to find out BXY, then write P upon Q multiply by BUV. So this will always be given in the question. Just apply and then get the result. Okay. So let us check. Now Second property we had already done, that is two regression line intersect at means, that is x bar and y bar. Then correlation coefficient is geometric mean of regression coefficient. This also we had done. Now let us try 17.19. If the relationship between two variables x and u is u plus 3x equal to 10. So this first equation is given, u plus 3x equal to 10. And second equation is 2y plus 5v equal to 25. Find the regression coefficient of y on x. That means we have to find b by x. But this is given, b by x is 0.8. This is already given, that is 0.8. And we have to find regression coefficient of v on u. V on u, that is b v u. So first step is to arrange the equation. So u is equal to 10 minus 3x. So now we have to arrange in which format? Our format was this one. U equal to x minus a upon p. We have to arrange in this manner. So let us arrange in this manner. So we have to keep only x. So we can divide by 3 and do the conversion. So let us take the conversion. So we can write x minus 10 by 3, and in denominator we can write 1 by 3. So simply what we have done, we have divided by 3. We have divided by 3 and this is equal to q. So now this minus 1 by 3 is simply the value of this p. This is the value of p. Similarly, we have to arrange the second equation also. Let us arrange 5v is equal to 25 minus 2y. So v is equal to y minus 25 upon 2 and then minus 5 by 2. Okay. So first step is to arrange the equation in this format and this becomes q. Now what is the requirement? We have to find b v u. So we have learned the formula now. B by x is equal to q upon p multiplied by b v u. So just substitute the values. So what is b by x? 0.8 is equal to q minus 5 by 2, p minus 1 by 3, and then b v u. Now do the cross multiplication and get the result. So it will be how much? 0.8 minus minus will get cancelled into 1 by 3 and then into 2 by 5. So 1.6 upon 15, and if you remove the decimal, you will get 8 upon 75. Okay. So Manvi Khanna is saying, sir, you teach so well. I understood topic in this class only. Wonderful. That's great, Manvi. Thank you so much. Barkatullah is asking why we have divided by 3, because we want coefficient of x as 1 only. That is why we divided by minus 3. We divided by minus 3 because we required the coefficient of x as only 1. Right? So let me explain once again this conversion step. U plus 3x is equal to 10. So we require the coefficient of x as 1 only. So this is minus 3x plus 10. Now, in order to remove this, what we have to do, divide both sides by minus 3. Divide both sides by minus 3. Okay. So after dividing, what will happen? You can divide this, or you can write there also, like dividing both sides. So numerator also you have divided by minus 3 and denominator also divided by minus 3. You can write in this manner also, or if you want you can write this side also, no problem. Okay, now you can split this and see what we are getting. Now after dividing we are getting x minus 10 upon 3 and then minus 3 upon 10. Okay. Okay. So this was question number 17.19. Now let us try one more question. From the back we can start. Seventh one. Question number 7. Regression analysis is concerned with. First option says establishing a mathematical relationship between two variables. Yes, we established the relationship because we prepared two equation x1y and y on x. So A can be correct. Second, measuring the extent of association between two variables. That means correlation. So it is not regression. So B will be incorrect. C, predicting the value of dependent variable when value of independent variable is given. This is also correct. So A and C both are correct. We can take option number D. Then next we can solve 32. If there are two variables x and y, then the number of regression equations could be. So how many equations are there? So we know that there are two x1y and y on x. Then 33. Blood pressure of a person depends on age. Blood pressure depends on age. So we need to consider which equation? Of course, blood pressure on age, because whenever we write x on y, it means x is dependent variable, y is independent variable. Okay, so whenever it is dependent variable, we have to write first. So BP on age. So we can select which option? Option number A. Now whenever we solve the equations to find the values, to find the missing figures, so this equation method is known as method of least square. Method of least square. Okay. Now try 35 and 36. Now 35. The difference between observed value and estimated value in regression is known as. Now we know that in regression we always estimate the value. That is, let's say when x is given, we estimate the value of y. So one is the estimated value and other is the actual value. Let's say we estimated value as 40, but in reality actual value was 38. That means there can be differences. Whatever we estimate and whatever is the actual figure, there can be difference. So this difference can be denoted as error or residue. This difference is known as error or residue. So option number D, A or B. Now this difference can be positive or it can be negative. We estimated 40, but actual value was 38, or it can be 43, or it can be same as 40. So difference can be positive, negative, or zero. So difference between actual value and observed value can be anything, positive, negative, or zero. So we can write error in case of regression equation can be positive, negative, or zero. Correct answer option number D. Okay. Then 38. Two lines of regression becomes identical. That means equations are two, but line is identical. That is single line, common line. Then R can be +1 or -1, either +1 or -1. So option number D, A or B. 39. What are the limits of regression coefficients? So two regression coefficients, first option is saying there is no limit. Second says it must be positive, but we have read that they can be negative. Third says one positive, one negative. This is not at all possible. And D, product of regression coefficient must be numerically less than unity. So this last option is correct. Why so? Because it is saying bxy multiply by byx. The product should be less than unity, less than 1. Why less than 1? If it exceeds 1, then correlation will also exceed 1, which is not possible, because we have read the formula r equal to root of bxy into byx. So this value should always be less than 1. If it is more than 1, then r will also exceed 1, which is not possible. So option number D is correct. 40. The regression coefficient remain unchanged due to shift of origin. There is no effect of origin. Then the coefficient of correlation between two variables is minus 0.9, and then we have to find coefficient of determination. Now, what is coefficient of determination? Let us understand. Coefficient of determination. Let's say there are two variables. One is advertisement and second one is sales. Advertisement and sales. Now, if we say, like if we try doing more advertisement, अगर हम ज्यादा advertisement करते हैं तो उसका effect क्या आता है? Sales also increases. So sales is dependent on advertisement. Now, correlation between these two is given as 0.9. 0.9. So we can find out first R square. R square will be 0.9 square, that is 0.81, or in terms of percentage we can write 81%. So what is this 81%? This 81% denotes that whatever change is coming in sales, out of that 81% change is due to this advertisement. 81% change in sales is due to advertisement, and remaining 19% change is due to some other factors which are unknown to us. So 19% change is due to other factors. So we can find coefficient of non-determination. So non-determination is equal to 1 minus r square. 1 minus r square. So we can write 1 minus 0.9 square. How much it will come? 0.19, or we can say 19%. So this is the formula for determination and non-determination. R square and 1 minus r square. Okay. So here in 41, square of minus 0.9, this will be 0.81. And then 42. The coefficient of correlation between two variables is 0.7. This is R. Find the percentage of variation unaccounted. That means non-determination we have to calculate. So 1 minus 0.7 square. How much we are getting? 0.51. Option number C. Option number C. Okay. All this we have done. Now, the next one. Now let us try some questions from here. These were questions based on correlation. Okay, so Barkat has asked doubt for question number 14. So let's try question number 14. The coefficient of concurrent deviation of p pairs of observation was found to be 1 upon root 3. So this is coefficient of concurrent deviation. What is this? 1 by root 3. If the number of concurrent deviation was found to be 6, so concurrent deviation, that means C is equal to 6. And now we have to find the value of P. So what is P? P is the number of pairs of observation, that is basically N. So in concurrent deviation, we have written the formula RC is equal to plus minus root plus minus 2C minus M upon M. So in this formula, we have just substituted the values. Correlation is 1 upon root 3 plus minus under root 2 into C is 6. M we have to find out. Now squaring both sides, we got 1 by 3 is equal to 12 minus M upon M. Now simply doing the cross multiplication, and we have got 4M is equal to 36. The value of M comes as 9. So this M is equal to 9, but we don't require M. Our requirement is number of observations, that is N. So M is equal to N minus 1. So 9 plus 1 becomes 10. So 10 is number of pairs of observations. Okay. This we are done. Then okay. So next doubt is in question number 9. Question number 9. Question number 9 is based on the data of question number 8. Now, see, question number 8 and 9 are connected. Series of x and y is same as given in question number 8. What is the series? 2, 3, 5, 4, 7. And series y we can write here 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Now we can write series u and series v. Series u is -3, -2, 0. Okay, this is for 8. We have to solve 9. So let us write the values for ninth question. 10, 15, 25, 20, and 35. And 35. This is the question. And for v, -4, -2, -1, 0, and then 2. Now, correlation between x and y is already given 0.93. So R between x and y is 0.93, and we have to calculate RUV. So what we had done, we have written the formula B into D upon mod B mod D multiplied by RXY. This is the formula. Now, for this B and D, we have to prepare the equation. So we can write the equation in the format U is equal to A plus BX, and V is equal to C plus DY. C plus DY. So these are the two equations. So let us first form the equation between X and U. X and U. So what is the connection between X and U? When X is 2, U is 10. When X is 3, U is 15. When X is 5, U is 15. That means we can clearly see that U is 5 times of X. U is 5 times of X. So we can write the equation U is equal to 5X. Similarly, we can find the connection between Y and V. Okay, we have written the value of V as question number 8. Let us write the values for ninth also. Ninth was -24, -36, -42, -48, -60. Yes. So these are the values. Now, what is the connection between V and Y? V and Y. So 4 and -24, 6 and -36, 7 and -42. So we can clearly see that V is -6 times of Y. V is -6 times of Y. So if we multiply the series Y with -6, we get V. This is U and V. Now, what is the value of B? So coefficient of X is 5, so B is equal to 5. And coefficient of D is -6, so D becomes -6. Now let us put the values. 5 into -6 upon mod 5 and then mod of -6 multiply by RXY. It is 0.93. Now we can see we are having one negative sign, one positive sign. Whenever signs are different, we get a result with different sign. So answer will be -0.93. -0.93. Okay. All right, everyone. Now let us solve some more questions. more questions. We are having one more session on this correlation regression. So we will take some more doubts in that session and some more concepts. So let us try a few more questions today. And after that, we will take some more questions, some more doubts on in our next class, which is on 6th. So let us try some small and basic questions first, like 17th one. If the regression line of y on x and x on y are given, then arithmetic mean of x and y are given by. So what we have to do, we have to find arithmetic mean from these two equations. So whenever there are two equations and we have to find arithmetic mean, just remember the property: two regression lines intersect each other at means. So their intersection point will give us x bar and y bar. So that is why we have to solve both the equations and find the value of x and y. We can solve them and get the value of x and y, or simply we can substitute the value from option and then solve. So let us try from both the methods. First equation is 2x plus 3y equal to -1, and second equation is 5x plus 6y equal to -1. So if we have to solve these two equations, so let us multiply the first equation with 2. So it becomes 4x plus 6y equal to -2. Now let's subtract minus plus. So 5x minus 4x is x. 6y minus 6y is 0, and -1 plus 2 is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1. We have got the value of x as 1. All right. Now, what we have to do next? Next is, if x is 1, what is value of y? So we can put 2 of x, that is 2 of 1, plus 3 of y equal to -1. So how much we will get? 3y equals -3. So y equal to -1. So x is 1 and y is -1. So we can clearly see option number A. Okay. Option number A. Also, if you want, you can put the option and check. Like first option, if you put in first equation, in place of x1, in place of y -1. So 2 into 1 plus 3 into -1. What we are getting? -1, which is getting verified. So first option is correct. Also check into second equation, 5 into 1 plus 6 into -1. We are getting -1. This is also getting verified. Okay. Now, let's solve first question number 23. 23. So let's try 23. I'm waiting for 1 to 2 minutes. So in this question number 23, what is given? The regression coefficient of y on x, then correlation between x and y, and then variance of y. So for regression coefficient y on x, we will write b by x minus 3 by 4. Then correlation root 3 by 2. And then variance of y. Variance, that is neta y square, is equal to 4. This is given. Now we have to find variance of x. Neta x square we have to calculate. Now check which formula is applicable. So we know that b by x is given, so we can apply the formula for b by x, r multiply by neta y upon neta x. So r is root 3 upon 2 into neta y is 2, neta x is not given, and b by x is minus 3 by 4. So now what can be done? We can do some cancellations. Okay, in this question, there will be one more negative sign because b by x and r is having different signs here. So we have to change the sign. So keep this as positive because the sign for r and b by x cannot be different. It must be same. Okay. So now let's cancel. Now neta x is equal to root 3 into 4 upon 3. So 4 upon root 3 is neta x, but we require variance. So it becomes 16 upon 3. So 16 by 3 is the correct answer. Option number B. Okay. Now 24. Y is equal to 3x plus 4 is the regression line y on x, and arithmetic mean of x is minus 1. What should be arithmetic mean of y? So here mean of x is already given. Just substitute in the value and get the result. So y equals to 3 into minus 1 plus 4. So that is we are getting 1. Option number A. Option number A. Then some of you are asking doubt in question number 14 of set A. So let's open question number 14. Yes. Now, correlation between speed of automobile and distance traveled by it after applying the brakes. So here, the correlation. So whenever we are talking about speed of automobile, and second one is distance traveled after applying brakes. So in both the variables, we have to check whether they are in both same direction or different direction. Whenever they are in same direction, if they are in same direction, then correlation will be positive. If different direction, then correlation will be negative. So whenever brakes are applied, so you apply the brakes. Now after applying brakes, speed will get reduced. Like if a car is moving at the speed of 100 kilometers per hour and we try to apply the brakes, the speed goes down 90, 80, 70, 30, 40, 30, 20, and so on. Speed decreases. And distance traveled earlier a car was covering like used distance. Like earlier the speed was 80 kilometers per hour, so the distance covered was more. But now since speed is getting reduced, so distance covered will also get reduced. So distance will also get reduced. Now both the variables are in same direction. So whenever the variables are in same direction, the correlation is said to be positive. Correlation is said to be positive. Okay. So this was asked by Barkatullah and Pooja Thakur. Okay. Then Sudhanshu is asking question 3 from set B. Yes, question number 3 from set B. Now we can do this. If covariance between two variables is 20, covariance is 20, variance of one of the variable is 16. So neta is 16. So neta x will be 4. What will be the variance of other variable? That is neta y we have to calculate. So what is the formula? Covariance upon neta x into neta y. So covariance is 20, neta x is 4, neta y we have to calculate. So how much we are getting? 5 upon neta y. We are getting 5 divided by neta y. Now, what should be the minimum value of neta y? Neta y can never be less than 5, because if it is less than 5, r will exceed 1, which is not possible. So minimum value of neta y should be 5. So if minimum value of neta y is 5, then what will be the variance? Variance should be 25 minimum. So we can answer more than or equal to 25. So correct option is option number A. Variance of y should be more than equal to 25. Okay. All right. This was third one. Now, Barkat and Rajas are asking again question number 14, and they are saying in study material answer is given negative. See, this question is given in study material at two places. One here and second time in additional question bank. So in additional question bank, you will find the correct answer, that is positive. So at one place it is given positive, other one it is negative. So correct answer is only one, that is positive. All right. Then Zaba is asking in 24, we had calculated arithmetic mean. So why put x bar in place of x? Because of the property. See, in 24, what we had basically learned, according to property, two regression line intersect each other at their means. So जो intersection point रहेगा, this is given by the coordinates x and y. So this x coordinate becomes x bar and y coordinate becomes y bar. The intersection point will give us a coordinate, that is x and y. So that x coordinate is denoted as mean of x, and that y coordinate is denoted as mean of y. All right. Then Ishan is asking question number 11 of set B. Okay. This is set B, question number 11. if rank correlation between marks in management for a group of students is 0.6. So what is 0.6 R? That is correlation. And sum of square of difference in rank is 66. So sigma D square is 66. So find the number of students in the group. That is, we have to calculate N. N we have to find out. So in such cases, what we have to do, again, apply the formula for rank correlation. So let us put the formula. So for rank correlation, we have learned the formula R equal to 1 minus 6 sigma D square upon N into N square minus 1. So correlation is 0.6, 1 minus 6 into sigma D square is 66 upon N we don't know, so N cube minus N. Now send it on the other side. So 6 into 66 is how much? 330 plus 66, 396 upon 0.4. Now let us do cross multiplication. 396 minus n. So it becomes n cube minus n is equal to 990. This is the equation. Now we can put the option and get the result. So if we put 10 here, 10 cube minus 10, we are getting 990. Therefore, n is equal to 10. So in this manner, we can calculate the value of n. Okay. So this was all for today. So we will continue in the next class, correlation and regression, some more points of regression, and then your doubt session for correlation as well as regression on 6th. Till then, bye everyone, take care and see you soon.